The man hit the other man's knee with a hammer because he hurt his daughter. Upon discovering that his beloved daughter had been raped and murdered, the father's sole desire was to kill the perpetrator to avenge his daughter. However, the day before the trial, the sheriff called to remind him,
Sperme trouvé avec prélèvement sur le...
Under their country's laws, the perpetrator would only be sentenced to 15 years in prison. As a result, the perpetrator, Jason, showed no remorse and instead wore a smug smile. The sheriff was ostensibly informing John of the trial's outcome, but in reality, he was hinting at the injustice of the law, which only made John angrier. Since the law couldn't bring him justice, he decided to punish the criminal in his own way. So John drugged the escort's water to knock him out, then pretended to be a doctor and dragged the escort out of the car for treatment. However, John immediately got back into the car and drove the prisoner transport away. John drove to an abandoned factory, used the sedative to knock Jason out, then loaded him into a stolen car and began transporting him to the house he had already prepared. When Jason woke up, John angrily picked up a large iron hammer and struck Jason's knee with it. This caused Jason immense pain. John then used a steel cable to loop around Jason's neck and hang him up. Every time his shattered right leg touched the ground, it caused him unbearable pain. As Jason screamed in agony, John smiled with pleasure. To him, Jason's screams were like a beautiful melody, constantly stimulating every nerve in his body. The next morning, John poured hot tea onto Jason's face, startling him awake. Then John stomped hard on Jason's shattered knee, causing him to scream in pain and curse at John. After Jason calmed down, John brought him breakfast, for only by maintaining his mental state could he better endure the extreme pain and torment.